And that's why here at Joystick, you can send us $5 and we'll send you back $6 because we care about you.
I don't think we do.
No, I think we can do that, right? That makes total business sense. You send us $5, we'll send you $6. Here's the address.
Bro,
Get on it.
Imagine if you did that and everyone sent you money. It's like, bro, I got free money.
Yo. Covered all three angles there. Mm-hmm. Speaking of three, welcome to episode 183 of the Joystick Show.
With three people.
Yeah, we fired Joey. Mm-hmm. It was about time. If you've been watching, then you know.
He got his final write-up last month.
Yeah. Well, no, he put in his 2 weeks notice, and then we egregiously fired before he could come. Yeah,
classic.
Exactly, because we're the better person, or so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Joystick Show. Joey's off tonight because he's at the circus, and I wish that was a joke. We are here hanging out. We're just chilling. We're watching the Oscars. We're going to be talking some talk. We're going to be walking some walk. That second part's probably fake because we just sit here most of the time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But if you want to know what we're talking about, right there. It's right by my face. I might not even use the sound effect. I might just use the one that I just made. That little, Mm-hmm. And now, what should I make for it to go back? Ready? Like a... All right,
like a...
No, it's
like a splat noise, like you're wet.
My own sound effect came out first, so it can't be yours. It has to be mine. It wouldn't make chronologic sense. Anyways, you could go ahead and like this episode of the show if you feel like it. Feel free to subscribe to Team Joystick. It would help us a bunch. And without further ado, what you've been up to, Dill? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, very true, very true. I've been out in the woods, so to speak.
Yeah,
and by that I mean at work.
Yeah,
and then in the woods.
Similar.
You work in the woods?
Yeah, no, not at all. Quite the opposite. Okay. I actually work today, even though it's a Sunday. Fuck that.
Yeah, it's
that sucks.
I kind of was like not believing the hype with the whole. So there's a whole phenomenon going on right now where like there has been a 10% spike in MTA crime.
Okay.
Like accidents and incidents happening on the train, and therefore it has been covered by news outlets 50 times as much, meaning that half of the news now is literally like about like migrants in the city, about how like they're gonna put the National Guard on the subways because of how terrible it is.
The random bag checks, all that stuff.
And I didn't really believe. Not that I didn't believe the hype, but I was kind of in the boat of like, it is a little propaganda-ish, especially when like the crime goes up a little bit and the coverage goes up by a lot. Yeah, there's some discrepancies, but man, it is not in a good state. I took the subway here. There was at least 24 homeless people. There was someone smoking a cigarette. I get onto the train. There is someone smoking a joint on the train with like kids on the train. It's a Sunday. Like everyone's there. I switch cars. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I get onto the A train. The A train, there's also someone smoking. The fuck did we do as a society? It's like, what happened that we were like... And by the way, every person that's been smoking has been a different ethnicity, too. There's no, like, racial divide. There's nothing. There's just, like, an overall...
Everybody just said, fuck the rules.
Everyone said, fuck it. And it's like, I don't know, like, it's March. It's not even, like, an end-of-the-year thing. It's like, we're just getting into this, man.
Yeah.
You get 160-degree day and people go absolutely insane.
I saw that fight on Ash Wednesday where that guy was like persecuting people that had ashes and then 7 dudes jumped them. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It is just, and like, it's cool. It's, I don't know. And like, there's like this whole culture around like watching videos of that. Jose was way ahead of the game on that. But I saw this video someone showed me of like, their brother was a cop. So like, he has like all the MTA, he's like an MTA cop. So he has all like the camera angles. MTA cop. And there was a guy going around. Imagine he's like something crazy's going down. He's like, damn, if only I was on a train right now, I'd be a cop.
It's like a boat cop. But he's
Yeah.
TA
I'm
cop.
on land. I can't be a cop here. But there was a guy who got arrested for just like he was legit just beating random people up on the subway.
Wow.
Like he was at a station and he was just clotheslining people.
My God.
And I'm like, that hurt himself. Like you see in the video, he's like, ow, yeah, it fucking hurts.
Bro, the fucking like a week ago, I was waiting for the A train at 59th Street, and there was this like black dude with sunglasses and a trash bag over his shoulder, but he was wearing like a 2-piece suit, like, and he looked clean. So I can't.
That's the thing. This is also a trend on the subway of people they're like. They choose to be dirty, I guess would be the
I don't
word.
know.
That like it'll be weird combos. Like it'll be a guy who I thought was homeless, but then he has like a box full of sneakers and like a nice phone, and I'm like, he's not homeless.
No, so yeah, this guy's in like a 2-piece suit. He's walking around with sunglasses, barefoot, with a trash bag over his shoulder. And he's walking on like the yellow line that's really close to the platform edge, you know? And anybody who's standing relatively close thank God I was back, he was literally like physically pushing them over to the middle of the platform. And he's like, move, goddammit! You're gonna kill yourself, motherfucker, you stupid ass motherfucker! And he's like pushing them and punching them, and people are like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And they're just like, you know, like leaning on the columns, like waiting. I was like, shit is getting wild in these fucking subway systems. I'm here for it for the most part. For the most part.
You're here for it?
It brings apart some good entertainment.
Yeah, it's just also there's been like an uptick of like people like there's this guy who takes the A train and he's like a 4'11" white guy wearing a children's backpack. And he dances on the subway, and it's kind of like, but it's like boom bap hip hop, so it's like it's not really a dance.
And it's funny, I haven't seen Showtime in a minute.
But there's a lot of like instruments too. There was like a violin woman the other day. I got a guy who was fucking horrible at guitar. It's like not even like we're not even getting good street performers.
Yeah,
we're getting bad street performers.
I'm missing out, man. I stopped going on the train every day.
I mean, you're not missing out. You're safe at home.
No,
Jerry is not getting
Dude,
sick.
I had like the longest train ride. I had the train stop. I had 59th Street to 125th. Bro, that shit is like 10 minutes. You get like people like ripping tags off the clothes that they stole on 125th. It's fucking amazing. They're just like leaving them thrown on the floor.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
So if you guys are not from New York City, you're thinking about coming out here, come on down.
Oh, and that's the thing too. Like I've been taking the train a lot. Like I've been working a lot of like Friday, Saturday, Sundays, or at least like a combo of like 2 of those days. And it's always like just tourists too, just like on the train. Like, damn, you people live like this.
Also,
for temporary
shout
while
out,
we were on
shout
the
out to
train.
Dylan who blessed me with the Peach Arizona. Haven't had one of these in 2 years. Used to have them on the daily.
We had one time we had a table full of them.
We did, and this was second. This was the second best, or it might have been the first. I don't remember.
Peach is good.
So I had to crack that. I don't remember if this one won or Mucho Mango won.
Oh, those are both good.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, when was the last time I had a peach fruit though?
Dude, that's exactly how I remember it. They're still 99 cents.
Mm-hmm. The bottle's
The cans,
125, but the
yeah.
cans are 99 cents.
I was thinking about it the other night. I was like the Arizona can guy and the Costco hot dog guy. Legends. Absolute legends. They understand that sometimes it's not about making money. Sometimes it's about keeping the consumers
In fact,
happy.
Costco, fun fact, guys, doesn't make a lot of money.
I'd imagine
Like
so.
off the food, they make it off the membership.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, a
So
lot of
it's like
places are like that.
Their profit margin is like so little. But since they have that, they also do like if you buy something that's not on sale, if it was on sale at any point over the last like month, you'd get credit for it. And they'll give you like store credit. They're like, oh, here's a gift card. You go spend it on like more shit.
You see, but they're take care of their people.
I
That's
mean,
why-
Take care of your people, and you'll buy a 48 pack of goldfish.
And that's why here at Joystick, you can send us $5 and we'll send you back $6 because we care about you.
I don't think we do.
No, I think we can do that, right? That makes total business sense. You send us 5, we'll send you 6. Here's the address. Get on it.
Imagine if you did that and everyone sent you money. It's like, bro, I got free money.
It's like
It's like that meme, like pie eating contest, not some free pie.
bro, fucking I've been vibing as of lately. What I mean by that is my parents are enjoying a 10-day cruise, and I just have to make do by hanging out with as many people as possible. Nice. So if you're not doing anything this week, come on.
Maybe tomorrow.
Go. Yeah, I'm hanging out with somebody tomorrow. Another time perhaps.
But the whole day.
I have a whole schedule.
Bobby has a whole day at the circus tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Bobby, I see Bobby at the circus.
I mean, it might not be whole day. I'll keep you updated, but fucking. Point is like I kind of have like this schedule going on where I'm like this person this day, these two people this day.
Okay.
Like this is the 4th day in a row I've seen Jerry.
Nice.
But regardless, 2 days ago, Jerry, Jessica, and myself were hanging out, and we watched a little movie that I thought we should speak about, give a review to.
Okay.
Let me right off the bat say that this movie
is not great.
It's not amazing. But yeah, you know.
I don't know. I feel like you guys have a fun energy with the reviews.
Yeah.
Because it's such like, I don't know, I expect Bobby to be the critic, but Jerry's the critic.
Right?
Jerry's like,
and I gotta come in and be like, well, you know, fucking, we watched Ricky Stanicky, which right off the bat probably sounded like it had contention for Best Picture.
Okay, can I say right off the bat, I have no idea what this is.
You have no idea what Ricky Stanicky is? You haven't seen the trailer?
No, I have no idea what Ricky Stanicky is.
Ricky Stanicky is a movie about 3 best friends played by Zac Efron, Andrew Santino, and a third man whose name I do not know. He's a black actor. Fairly new.
Okay.
The 3 of them have created, ever since they were like 10 years old, a fake 4th best friend that they've named Ricky Stanicky. When they were kids and they used to get into all kinds of like hijinks and mischief.
Okay, I might have seen the trailer.
They blame it on Ricky Stanicky. Yeah. And now as adults, they use their fake best friend as a way to get out of events with their wives or spouses so that they could like hang out and go to concerts and sports games and stuff like that.
Okay.
It gets to a point where the family starts to realize that they're lying. So they have to go the extra step, and they hire somebody to actually come in and play Ricky Stanicky. So they hire an Atlantic City X-rated porn performer named Rock Hard Rod, played by John Cena. And that's the movie. I mean, he goes a little crazy off the deep end, and he actually tries to become Ricky Stanicky. Like, he changes his name legally and wants to be their actual friend. But... man, it was a movie. I'll say that.
This was great.
Right off the bat, I'll say this. I feel like the writing of the movie wasn't terrible. Like, wasn't that amazing. It was just kind of like generic comedy stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I wouldn't go as far as to say it like saves the movie, but I was pleasantly like surprised. I think the acting is pretty good for the movie. Mm-hmm. Right off the bat, there's like this whole idea of like them needing to lie. So, like, you know, you take an actor and then you put them in, like, that lying kind of position. You have, like, Zac Efron. He's like, what? You for real? So it's kind of like you're watching an actor act while he's acting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But then throw that all out to the side because you have fucking John Cena, who might deserve, like, a People's Choice Award for this at the very least. Because my man dug deep. He's a fucking... I have newfound respect for John Cena after this movie. He's a great actor. Fucking, he played an idiot. He played a genius. He played a fucking drugged out dude. He played a sober guy. It was crazy. Like, fucking, but let me tell you my favorite John Cena part of this movie.
Okay.
As Rock Hard Rod, his stage presence thing that he'd do is he would take famous songs and he would change the lyrics to be about masturbating.
Oh, okay, nice.
So it's fucking fantastic. It's just great. The movie itself, though, doesn't super hold up.
I mean, all of it sounds like it's a lie.
It's just it's just one of those movies. Like, you know how Jerry, you'll probably get this. Like, obviously, it's a movie that in the moral of the story is like lying. It's bad, right? But you get the idea very early on that if they had just come out and been like, oh, this guy's not real, like, there wouldn't have needed to be a movie in the first place. And that's kind of like what the rest of the movie is. It's like, you know, we didn't need this. Yeah. It could have just ended back then, but okay, you know, sure.
I was also joking because it's like one of these Zac Efron movies where he has like black friend and white friend.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the Michael B. Jordan Miles Teller.
Exactly what he said. Yeah, he was literally like,
they made this movie.
Afford Michael B. Jordan or Miles Teller.
I was like, Zach called up Michael B. He's like, hey, I got a movie. He's like, no. So John Cena.
What's up with John Cena? I feel like he's always in the movie.
Fucking,
he's in, like, what, Neighbors 2?
Homie works, bro.
Yeah.
Homie works.
He's out here.
He's got, like, the most, fucking, what are these things called? Make-A-Wish Foundation, done, I don't know what you call them, visits, I guess. 10
plus years of Mandarin.
Yeah. Fucking.
Oh, look what they got for the Baja Blast commercial.
Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. Anyway, I was gonna jump back into Ricky Stanicky, and I was gonna say that fucking, you know, movie's alright. It does make me laugh. It did have some good parts, but the ending of the movie I thought was fucking so stupid. It was like the stupidest thing I'd seen in a long time. Can I just spoil it?
Let's spoil Ricky Stanicky.
So a big part of the movie is that
the fact that it's called that.
No, yeah, it's like... the stupidest shit, dude. No, so Zac Efron's wife in the movie is like a journalist, and she's trying to get this job so that she could work on this weekly segment called Heroes of the Week, where they spotlight a hero of the week.
Okay.
When she finds out about Ricky Stanicky, she's like, I have to make him my hero of the week. And she gets the job, and they're like, fuck, if she airs the story, everybody's going to find out that he's a fraud, and it's going to ruin her career, blah, blah, blah.
That's so stupid.
So the end of the...
That's so dumb. That's the stake of the movie.
And then, no, there's another...
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's partially the big stake. And then another stake is after they hire Ricky to just come in and, like, pretend to be his friend. I told you that he, like, tries to actually be their friend.
He becomes, like,
Their boss, played by William H. Macy, hires him and becomes, like, a new partner at their firm. And now he's making way more money than they were just because he tells it how it is. And he's like, how do I do my job? And they're like, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know how to do this job. But fucking at the end of the movie, there's like this big part where Zac Efron has to like come and basically come forward and tell everybody that it's a lie. It's like, we made Ricky. It's like a real, I'm not even say dramatic moment.
But they play it up.
Yeah, you know, it's supposed to be the serious moment in the stupid movie.
Oh, we gotta come clean.
And then he's about to leave, and you find out the big twist is that his girlfriend knew early on that it was a lie, and instead when she interviewed Ricky Stanicky, he spun the story and made Zac Efron, Andrew Santino's character, them the heroes of the week for like bettering his life, like making him sober, giving him a job, all that. And then for the whole rest of the movie, John Cena's character has been getting chased down by these like mobster goons who he thinks are gonna kill him. And then at the end of the movie, you just find out that it's Billy Idol's like creative team that want him to stop making jizz-related fucking versions of White Wedding.
That's funny.
That's the end of the movie.
That is funny.
That's the end of the movie.
That is funny.
That's the end of the movie.
That is
There were no serious stakes. It was just... So for that, I'm gonna give Ricky Stanicky a fat 6 out of 10.
I'll buy all your chocolate.
It's
That's the ending.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like it's a movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a good movie. It's not close to a good movie. What would you give it out of 10? I give it a 6.
I'll give it less than that.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry didn't like this movie.
It was a fun movie to watch. I'll give it that. But I'll give it like a 5.5.
Nah, that's a little too low.
Jerry's tough. No, Jerry's a tough critic for sure.
5.5 is like I watched it and I didn't have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time.
I have a good time with almost any comedy, so that's hard.
I had a good time.
I feel like any comedy that's like will make me laugh gets at least like a good score because I'm like hee hee, poop my pant, you know.
Yeah. Oh shit! What happened to the audio device? So I guess you heard camera audio for that. That's awesome. Ricky Stanicky sucks. That's the gist of that.
Yeah.
So, man, that's a buzzkill. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I kind of just want to like throw that all out and just redo that real quick. Just fucking no. Yeah. So real quick, Ricky Stanicky, 6 out of 10. Good acting. Rest of it is shit. There you go. You see? Or maybe I'll do something like if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you just skip ahead.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to watch.
Too long didn't read.
Yeah.
Essentially.
6 out of 10. It's not. Yeah. Shout out to Zac Efron and his weird looking face.
Yeah.
Fucking you anybody? Should I contribute here?
Me?
Yeah.
Talk on a podcast.
That's the whole point. I have other stuff.
Talking.
You're crazy.
I gotta pull out the phone for my other thing.
You gotta pull out the phone.
I mean, we're watching the Oscars. Like, is anything else expected?
I mean, I was actually gonna give out my my whatchamacallit, my theories, what's the word for that? My guesses.
Predictions.
Yeah,
Oscar predictions.
Synonyms are hard, man. Look, I'm just gonna run through these real quick, and I'm just gonna, it's curious for me when I'm in editing after the fact. I can see how many I got right.
Okay.
Actor in a leading role, that's going to Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Actor in a supporting role, we watched that one already. That was Robert Downey Jr. But
Bobby was correct. He called it from day one.
Actress in a leading role is going to go to Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Animated feature film. Oh, it already won Boy and the Heron. I was gonna call that. Cinematography, nice. I think, is going to go to I think Poor Things has a real good case, but it could also go to Oppenheimer. I'm gonna take a stab, and I'm gonna say Poor Things. Directing, I'm gonna say Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
He deserves it.
Fucking
Wow, that's a lot of Oppenheimer.
music original score, I'm gonna give to Oppenheimer, Ludwig Göransson.
Oh,
Yep.
Ludwig. Yeah, he won.
Original song, I'm gonna give to What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. Best Picture, Oppenheimer.
Wow.
And then fucking visual effects, I was actually gonna give to The Creator, but Godzilla -1 ended up winning. I just saw that. And the things that I were going to nominate for the screenplay is one of them I did get right, American Fiction for adapted, but I got original wrong. I thought original was going to go to Past Lives, but it went to Anatomy of a Fall, which I'm glad because that was a good international feature. But those are my predictions for what I think is going to win the Oscar in about an hour.
Nice. How many movies have you seen
From
the Oscars?
Best Picture list? Like from Best Picture?
Mhm.
I'll tell you right now since I just had it.
Okay,
fucking
because
up
I
on my-
recently watched one that was like kind of like it was a good movie, but it was also like why the fuck did we have to make it? And that was The Zone of Interest,
Yeah.
which I watched and I was just kind of like what the fuck, like like I knew what the movie was about going in, but I don't know, when a movie's not enjoyable to watch, it's like just kind of like oh no.
For Best Picture, I have seen American Fiction, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, and Poor Things.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see Zone of Interest, but I heard great things about it nonetheless.
I don't think I've watched any of those.
I mean, yeah,
I've been meaning to watch Oppenheimer just because, I was interested
I feel
in
like
that.
the Best Picture noms this year were a little not bad. They're
No,
never
no,
bad,
I
but
mean,
there weren't many blockbusters that made the list, so to
there
speak.
was I mean, like especially during the COVID years though, it was like there was some duds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a lot of like movies that I was like I wouldn't even get a chance to see this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what really should have won is Ricky Stanicky.
I mean,
really what should have won for
really,
Best Picture.
Like, John Cena was robbed.
I'm not really kidding, but I think he deserves like a Kid's Choice Award.
Like
I don't
an
know.
Oscar. Come on.
Not the Oscar. I don't know what he deserves one of those. But
Can we watch 12 rounds?
12? Oh my god, what a throwback! Where the fat
Jerry,
guy,
have you seen 12 rounds?
fat guy dies on the elevator.
Oh
Like,
my god, we need to watch that. We need to watch like every old
John
action
Cena
movie.
movie?
No, just every old like action movie, like The Italian Job
The
and shit
Marine.
like that. Fucking Crank 2. Fucking Collateral Damage.
From John Cena to Jason Statham so fast.
Ghosts of Mars.
All right, you're done. Dylan's done. Sorry about that, guys. I had something else I wanted
Just
to
cut me
bring up.
off.
I had something else I wanted to bring up. This is more just like a grinds my gears type of thing.
Okay.
But we at the podcast don't really like to shame anybody. There's no point in that. Why would we do that? I want to bring shame to somebody.
Oh shit.
I do want to do that.
Is it me?
No, I bookmarked this post that I saw on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Twitter, that spread like wildfire. Like, I saw it once, and I was like, oh, this girl's an idiot. And then it blew up, and I was like, oh, she caused like a riot. Long story short, I think I showed Jerry some of this. This country-style woman from America posted a video online of her like fixing up a house, and she has like a country accent. She's like, howdy, y'all, da da da. She's got her overalls, and she's building the thing, blah, blah, blah. I guess this Arab woman who, I think she's from Lebanon specifically. Her name is Samira. She posted the video on Twitter and wrote, "This accent needs to be illegal, and women should be banned from doing manual labor like this. There is nothing feminine about American women. American women are literally men," right? It's one thing to leave that there. She follows up. She says, "Lebanese women are literally perfect. And they are actually feminine, unlike estrogen-deficient American women who hold the record for highest testosterone levels in the world."
Oh, shit.
Which, as of reading this now, has a reader's added context that says estrogen varies by many factors, and that's not true, apparently. So, first off, bad move, Samira. That's red flag number 2 at this point. She then writes, "High-value American men should become passport bros. Don't they deserve better than the filth they're limited to in their own country?"
Oh my god.
She posts 2 pictures of Melania Trump and writes, "Melania Trump is the ideal, and then makes a public poll where she writes, who's most physically attractive, American women, Levantine women, or Eastern European women? 75% go for American women. She's upset. She writes, liberate America from tomboy occupation. Also, the straight men cooming over her in the replies would be embarrassed to be seen with her in public. Imagine her being your date to a formal event. Yikes. And then when men start to come in and start to, genuinely say that, jealous, most guys would rather have a girl like this than some wimpy princess. She immediately is, are you homosexual? And she jumps into the men who like tomboyish women are gay argument.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm saying this, how many people saw this? This was, there's a stat. 48 million people saw this.
Oh my God.
So I had to bring this up because I just thought, if you like tomboyish women, Dylan, you might be gay.
I got a couple of points.
Uh-huh.
Like at first when you were reading it, I was like, oh, this is like a really good troll job,
No.
Like that's what I thought. I was
Yeah, it sounds like right wing
because
troll.
it's like, especially like considering like the context of the video you're describing it, it's like you're saying that this girl, like, of course she looks tomboyish. She's wearing fucking overalls building a house.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put a dress on this girl, all of a sudden she's not tomboyish now.
Right.
So that whole fucking argument is like so terrible.
And I wish I had it. I don't. But that was going to bring me to a second point where it's going to elaborate into the whole kind of overarching theme here. I saw a second video.
Okay.
This video was from a... God, this is about to get tricky. It was from a person. I don't know what they identify as.
Okay.
But it was a person with glasses and a
that
hat.
doesn't break it down at all,
You
Bobby.
know,
That could be Bobby. That could be
What color was their hair?
That's 8 different. That could be
very closely shaved and blonde.
Okay.
And they had boobs. This person, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
This person.
Yeah.
So this person made a video that was anti-Trump, so to speak, and was basically explaining that Trump, and this is a legitimate thing, I forget where it is, but there's apparently this place you could look up online where Trump has all of his like statutes, the things he wants to get done when he comes back in for his new term of presidency if he wins, right?
Okay.
So she took it as an opportunity to like list out all the things and what they mean to kind of show people like how most of the shit is crazy, right? Like apparently he wants to abolish the Department of Education,
Okay.
have all the states deal with all the school shit. He wants to have open carry and open conceal laws for every single state. He wants to go back on a bunch of gun laws that Biden put in, blah, blah, blah. Just imagine all the shit Trump could be doing, right? She lists them all off, kind of like the supervillain type stuff. Every single comment I scrolled for a while were pro-Trump. People like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then like the other comments were like, man, this fucking backfired for this person. This fucking is not what they intended. Twitter is the worst place in the world right now. I don't even mean that necessarily.
That's why I'm happy. I haven't been on Twitter. I haven't really been on TikTok.
It
makes
doesn't
me
even
happy.
come from a place of like
Makes me happy.
bias, like where I'm like, it's too many of these people. It's just too many idiots of all walks of life. Idiot liberals, idiot conservatives, idiot Democrats, idiot Republicans, idiots of all shapes and colors and sizes and sexes. And it's like this website is fucking filth at this point. I'd actually argue there are porn sites that you could get better information from than this fucking website.
100%. Comment section, 100%.
Absolutely. I have seen seminars uploaded on certain porn sites. Not porn. Fucking college seminars. Not a joke. It's starting to get better. I'm tired of this shit, dude. Every single... and I go on Twitter every single morning and I'm
Why
like,
do you do it?
It's going to be better.
Why, Bobby, you don't have to do it to
It's
yourself.
not, surely I won't see somebody lose a limb this time.
Bobby,
and then it's the
you don't
first thing
have
I
to do
see.
it.
I know,
You
but
don't
it's
have
just,
to open it.
It's one of those weird things that you got to like stop your fucking brain from doing.
No,
literally,
pick a different app.
I was watching you like just open your phone while you were looking for the video to show Dylan, and that you open your Twitter and it opens to a video of a near miss.
Oh yeah,
of this car
accident,
almost
right?
hit this guy and is in a car accident, like rams into the back of this guy.
And did you notice I had no reaction?
Yeah, and
That it
he's
was
just like,
kinda it's fucking, it's not, it's the worst shit.
I mean, this is all going to like the conspiracy theories,
which is
that like they're like numbing our brain to it. You know what I mean? Like there's that big theory going around.
Well, I've heard that about the
Epstein stuff.
yeah, the sexual assault
Yeah.
shit.
So it's the same type of thing where it's like get people used to it. Same thing with the
we should get
National
that Ryan
Guard.
Garcia kid to talk about it a bunch. Surely nobody will care. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is going down the
Who's this?
boxer.
Oh,
Yeah. He's a little loony right now.
Looney Tunes.
Oh, didn't he do like a thing?
He did a lot of things.
Yeah, he
Honestly.
did
What did he
things.
do? Okay, I actually don't know about. I know about some of the things he did, but what else did he
He
do?
has a fight scheduled for 420, April 20th.
Okay.
Against Devin Haney. That's been announced for a while. About a week and a half ago at this point, he just started posting like a lot on Instagram, just like about everything that's going on, like fucking, I'm ready to fight him. He's got no match for me. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Blah blah blah. Typical pre-fight stuff.
Right.
But then it started getting kind of weird. He started doing interviews with people. He did an interview with this one girl, and like publicly on his Instagram, he was like, "Oh, I would marry her if I gave the chance. Come on, give it a chance. You'd love me." Da da da. But like not super joking, And then in another post, it was a picture of a baby, and he's like, "World, meet Henry, my son," something like that. And then in another post, it was like a picture of him and his ex, and he's like asking his ex to forgive him and publicly saying that he'd do anything to get her back. And then at the end, he posted another thing, which was like handwritten lettering, and it basically said, or in the caption, it says something like, "Guys, I can't take it anymore. I'm out. Peace out. Take care of yourselves, blah, blah, blah," and then just like dipped, and everybody was like, "What the fuck happened to Ryan Garcia?" That was 4 of 13 Instagram posts he posted in that one day.
Yeah.
It was just 4.
That's insane.
And then fucking after that, he made an announcement basically saying that for 3 days he didn't have access to his phones or to his credit cards. So I guess trying to like make up some sort of weird excuse as to why he wasn't able to explain what he was doing on Instagram. And then finally, he did an interview with Andrew Tate where he publicly said that Bohemian Grove is real, which it is real. There's no denying that. But he said that he was taken there and he was tied down and forced to watch inexplicable acts happen to children. And he was also saying they did the same thing to him when he was 2. I don't.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then he got his Instagram back, and he formally announced it wearing a crown of thorns. So that's where Ryan is now.
And then when he came back, he was like,
"How hard
from
did
now
he get
on,
hit in the
I'm just
fucking
talking about
head?"
boxing.
No, and now there's theories as to what the fuck is going on with him. So that's like the big one is that
Holy,
people are saying he has CTE.
Because there's people like with the football players that like that's the thing. Like they all act like erratic now. So
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah.
So that was the other big one, and then other people were saying that he has like a bad coke addiction. And people were saying that might be why he didn't have access to his phones or whatever. He might have been in rehabilitation. I don't know for sure. All I know is Ryan's got to figure it out. Homie's got to clean up the act. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back in.
I feel like people should just take the phone, right? Just a little
what
bit.
is fighting now, man? It's like
A
we
little
got
bit-
people
little
like
bit.
this fighting and trying to promote their fights with like all these stories, and then you got Jake Paul and the freaking Mike Tyson fighting, and they're talking their shit, and
Got
it's
the
like
fucking the MMA fights we watched yesterday, the UFC fights.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, even this guy to a degree, like Sugar Sean O'Malley with all the.
Sean O'Malley.
It's just so much. There's so much theatrics in fighting.
Yeah.
I remember when fighting
Yeah.
wasn't like the WWE. It was like.
Yeah. Well, everyone has like a social media presence, so like people have like
Yeah.
that personality. Especially like Sean O'Malley, he like went from like this like kind of like nobody, and then worked his way like up the leaderboard, and essentially like up the rankings and vlogged the entire way, going all the way from 15th all the way to where he is now. So it's like that. I feel like also is why like people kind of get this.
And for what it's worth, that to a degree is important as well. Like that's necessary.
Yeah.
Like to bring up any fucking community, right? Like you're gonna need people who bond with a younger audience.
Yeah, and
to
also
show them.
promote.
And not only that, I mean, even despite the age preference, I think it's also just really interesting whenever you like something to see the inner workings of it and how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not to go completely
But everything's
off
like
track.
promotion, you know. I see
Yeah.
what you guys are saying. Like everything's like promo.
No, yeah, that's
and, like,
what I just
constant.
like. Here's my thing. Let me rephrase everything I just said. I think this is going to be a better explanation for it.
Okay.
Promotion is 100% necessary for fights, and there should absolutely be some level of promotion to make a fight hype and to sell views, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It should never overtake the fight. And lately, that's everything it does. To the point where the fights are boring or they're just not super eventful. All the people care about is the fake beef that's not even real. Everything that leads up to it, and then something happens. Man. People are mad about it for 2 days, and then it's gone. It's gone. They made their money. It's done. Whereas in actual, let me not say actual boxing, because boxing isn't really any better these days. But back in the day, boxing was way more like, this guy has the belt, I'm taking the fucking belt. Like, they wanted it. It wasn't just for a fucking paycheck or to sell some tickets.
Yeah.
Do I blame Floyd Mayweather? Not fully, but, you know, guy made money.
Yeah, it's just there's so much more money for fighters in boxing too. That's like a whole thing, right? Because like Ngannou, that's like he just switched to boxing, and then he's 0-2 now. But like,
got knocked out in the second round and made what, like the most money he's ever made.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember him saying after his first fight, even after he lost, and he was like, I made more money with this fight than I made, I think, with like every other fight in UFC that he did combined or some shit. Ridiculous.
Guys, let's just be fighters.
Let's just be boxers, not just fighters.
Let's just get our nose punched in and fucking... We'll be fine. We'll get some money. We'll fix that all up. That's a super mega, dude.
We could be like Floyd Mayweather.
There is actually one more big thing that we should talk about before we end the podcast.
What?
I did have this on the back of my back of my head.
Recently,
and I'll mention this, recently the world took a pretty big hit when it comes to nostalgia, and we lost Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball Z. I thought it was pretty kind of like, not funny, obviously, because that's a tragedy. But I did think it was kind of interesting how, like, right after he died, people were making jokes about how, like, you know, all the South American countries were going to be, like, in mourning because there's all these, like, jokes about how Mexicans and Ecuadorian people and
Brazil.
stuff love fucking...
Yeah, Brazilians
yeah, all of
fucking
them. They just love Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Countries legitimate did, like, days of mourning for Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Like, fucking... I think it was a hoax, but people were saying the Mexican cartels agreed to a day of ceasefire in his honor. Just, like, crazy shit. I was like...
I saw, like, El Salvador did something.
I was like, fucking, you know, crazy. But the reason I bring this up is because I think another thing happened in terms of, like, dare I say, the death of nostalgia, more specific to us. And it's actually something Jose and I were talking about a lot last Thursday. And that was the unexpected announcement of the end of Rooster Teeth. And I found that extra interesting considering last week we celebrated our 10-year anniversary of being a YouTube channel. Only for 2 days later, the channel that influenced us to make YouTube videos in the first place to announce their end after 21 years.
That's crazy.
Kind of strange, huh? But I did want to just talk about it. First of all, without any information, what do you think about it?
Well, actually, I don't know the reasoning of why, like, they just pulled the plug.
No, Warner Media owned them.
Yeah.
And apparently, well, right off the bat, Rooster Teeth has been in a pretty bad state of decline.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about, like, they got acquired, like, 4 separate times.
Yeah.
They got bought by Full Screen, then they got bought again, and then they got by Warner Brothers.
So it got to a point where they weren't making any money for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers made an attempt to sell them to somebody else, but nobody would buy them. So they had to shut down, essentially. But yeah, how are you feeling after Rooster Teeth, a channel that we watched so many videos hours of?
Yeah, I mean, I've always, like, they've been a constant in and out of my life since 2007, 2008, because I first watched them from the Halo 3 Forge DLC intro video, where they promoted, like, the trailer for the DLC was just them talking. It was like a little sketch. It was really funny. I had a friend who loved Red vs. Blue. I never really watched it. But then meeting Bobby, he liked the sketches. Then we bonded over the Let's Play stuff. And shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
So now I'm going to tell you this part. There is a serious threat that Warner might be deleting the channel. People are scrambling to download and archive all the old shit. We're talking Let's Play Minecraft, Let's Play GTA, Rage Quits.
Because at least they had their own website. Yeah. So at least they do have a lot of archive stuff. But geez, I didn't even think of that.
There's some. So apparently they said that they said 3 things. They said for the most part, Rooster Teeth as a company is shutting down. They said that they still have the Roost podcast network that is staying active only to fulfill the rest of the podcast contracts that they have with the people they're producing podcasts for. So until their seasons of their podcasts are finished, that's going to continue being up. They said that they're going to explore possible avenues for some of Rooster Teeth's more popular IPs like Red vs. Blue or Ruby. And then they said that weirdly enough, Rooster Teeth was in the middle of production on a feature-length film that they're allowing to finish. So I don't know what that's gonna be. But to be fair, I also don't think that's gonna come to fruition because Warner has a real bad habit of shelving movies, especially recently with Batgirl and the Looney Tunes movie with John Cena. But fucking yeah, it's just bizarre, man. It's gonna be weird. I mean, like you said, it's been a constant in and out of my life too. So it's not like as of late, even in the past 2-3 years, I've been back and forth on Rooster Teeth to see what they've been cooking, but. It is going to be weird, you know. It's also just unfortunate for all those other people that were still doing productions under Rooster Teeth, like Jeff with his private podcast and Michael with Dog Bark, and now they have nothing to work on anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they also got like, I don't want to say they got too big.
They did.
But it was it was a situation where it was like they got really huge. They were making a million different shows.
They flew too close
to
the sun.
And then they should have just been like, hey, guys. We gotta fire some people.
And the funny thing is when they made that big jump and when they started to make all the extra shit, they were already doing like 15 original series with like 50 plus original like employees that were half crew, half cast. Like they already had a great thing going for them. It's just like you mentioned, they got acquired and they were like, oh fuck, we gotta make a kids program and we gotta make a fucking ghost hunting show.
Yeah, which like getting acquired was like the worst thing for them. Yeah. Like if they just were like they saw that like they could get bought, but they just
there's a handsome man on TV.
Oh,
shouts to Mulaney at the Oscars.
Shout outs to Steve Mulaney.
He's really gotten up there. Man's at the fucking Oscars. Shout outs.
Oh, of course, yeah. He's been in our hearts.
The last thing I'll say, I told this to Jose, is sort of like a fun little what if. I said, Jose, what if the death of Rooster Teeth is actually the reincarnation of the beginning of Team Joystick's success on YouTube? I mean, it's not real, but it'd be funny, right? If just like all those people just came over here and we were like, oh shit, well, fucking, we're like that, but not from Texas.
It seems today.
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy. It was also pretty interesting to see the mixed responses from all the old Rooster Teeth people. You know, Jeff talked about it. Bernie talked about it on his podcast.
Joel.
I don't know what Joel's up to. Ray made a mention of it. Ray actually wrote a pretty heartfelt tweet where he was just like thankful for his 3 years at Rooster Teeth because he said like a lot of the stuff he learned.
Can't believe that was only 3 years.
Right? It's crazy. Yeah. And then the other thing that I thought was interesting was Michael's was just, does this mean I have to change my Twitter handle again? So nice to see that he'll be all right. But anyway, just wanted to light a candle for Rooster Teeth. You have thoroughly inspired us, and we're going to do our best to do right by your name. All good? All right. It's time for... What? What's the time for?
I tried to think of something that wasn't Song of the Week, but... couldn't think of anything.
All right, so it's time for Jam Yam of the Week. That was way not as fun as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, come on, Jerry.
Right. Yeah, you're fired. Joey's coming back now.
No, it's just me and you.
Now Jerry's going to the circus.
It's like this is the Joystick show with Bobby, Dylan, Steve. It's like different. We just replace them completely.
Yes, it's time for Jam Yam Bam Slam of the Week. If you guys are new to the Joystick Show, every week at the end of our episode, we give a music recommendation for a song that we have been jamming or yamming to particularly hard over the past week.
Indeed.
Dylan, would you like to start?
No.
Okay, that was a poor choice. Jerry, would you like to start?
I got you. So, I listened to this... finally, my Discover Weekly giving me songs I haven't listened to.
I love Discover Weekly.
Or it's not like fucking SoundCloud rappers, right? There's a song by Chance the Rapper and who is this? Joey Badass, called The Highs and the Lows. It's a pretty good song.
Interesting.
Nice.
I'm going to do the thing that I haven't done in a while where I give praise to another song that's not going to be the jam of the week.
Often.
But a song that almost made it, Just Dance by Lady Gaga. Forgot how... Yeah, right. That song is a banger. It's a banger and a half, and it wasn't on the jams. It was recently added, and I've been jamming to it lately. But no, jam of the week is actually going to go to a 21 Pilots song because they're back, and they're jamming. Boys are jamming. Shout out to Overcompensate. It's a very catchy tune.
It was pretty nice.
Josh Dunn goes hard on the drums. It's pretty dope. So.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. My Yam of the Week is from a band called 2319. And the song
Pilots?
And the song name is 333 Pilots.
Oh shit.
No Pilots.
It's because we said 3 earlier.
Yeah.
Full circle.
333. This is like a band that like they're pretty cookie cutter math rock. They're you know, typically like they fall in love with the riffs in the verse that they kind of forget that the chorus exists.
Gotcha.
So they add like a 10-second catchy chorus to be like, oh, but like then, you know, it's not enough. But solid band, good vocalist.
Shout outs to
Very
4215.
Shout outs to 389. I'll send you because it's like written out too. It's like 20
shout outs
letters.
to 369.
Damn, she fine.
Fucking. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show. Promise the next one will be way more.
Hey, you know, no, you didn't need a fucking segment. This was chill. This was nice.
We needed a chill.
We needed Ricky Stanicky. We needed that.
We needed that to lose all of that audio.
We need homeless on the train. If we're gonna listen, you guys have no fucking choice. You're gonna have to listen to Ricky Stanicky.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, if you want, you could like this episode. You could subscribe to Team Joystick. I wouldn't put it past you if you dislike this episode, but if you should subscribe still.
You should like it.
absolutely
You should,
subscribe.
though.
You should,
Subscribe.
Thanks for watching. I'm Bobby.
Dylan.
You're
3.
Yeah.